Welcome back to Grammar Grade 12. This is Unit 5, Lesson 38, and today we're going to make your writing feel steady, so no little jolts pull a reader out of the moment. Our subject is the compatibility of tenses, keeping your verb tenses in agreement so that time moves smoothly through a sentence. Get this right, and your paragraphs read like they were written by someone completely in control. Let's dig in. So what does it mean for tenses to be compatible? It simply means they agree with the timeline of your sentence. Here's the whole idea in 2 lines. When 2 things happen at the same time, you keep the same tense throughout. When they happen at different times, you shift the tense on purpose to show which came first. That phrase, on purpose, is everything. The one rule to carry through this lesson is this. Shift tense only for a real change in time. Every needless jump is just noise. Let's meet the mistake first, because naming it is half the battle. Look at this. When the alarm rang, everyone rushes outside. Feel the little stumble? Rang is past tense, but rushes is present. Both things happen in the same moment, yet the verbs disagree. And that's a needless shift. The fix is simple. When the alarm rang, everyone rushed outside. Both events are past, so both verbs stay past, and the sentence finally reads clean. Now the good habit. When 2 actions share the same moment, let their tenses match. It's that simple. She opened the door and stepped inside. Opened and stepped are both past, so the 2 actions flow as one smooth motion. It works in the present too. The crowd cheers as the runners cross the line. Cheers and cross are both present, both happening in the same instant. Notice what matching tenses buy you. One steady timeline the reader never has to second guess. Now for the interesting case. When one action really does finish before another. Here you shift tenses on purpose, and the perfect tense is your tool. By the time we arrived, the train had left. 2 past events, but not at the same time. The train had left first, and then we arrived. To mark that order, the earlier action steps back into the past perfect, had left. The later action, arrived, stays in the simple past. See the sequence? First one thing, then the other. So remember, the past perfect marks the action that came first, and it keeps your reader's timeline crystal clear. This scales up beyond a single clause. When you tell a whole story, pick one time frame and hold it. Watch a narrative wobble. We hiked all morning, then set up camp and cooked dinner. Hiked and set up are past, but then cook slips into the present, and the reader trips. Choose past and stay there. We hiked all morning, then set up camp and cooked dinner. Every verb now lives in the same time. So the rule for any paragraph is simple. Choose past or present, then hold it to the end. Let's boil it all into a quick check you can run on any sentence. 1. Do the actions share a moment? If they do, keep the same tense. 2. Did one of them happen first? Then a shift is not only allowed, it's needed, so shift on purpose. 3. For that earlier action, step it into the perfect tense, usually the past perfect with had. Run those 3 questions and you'll never shift by accident again. The whole lesson in one line. Shift tense only to show a real change in time. Ready to try some together? In this first set, I'll read a sentence and you decide. Are its tenses compatible, or is there a needless shift? Pause the video and choose before I reveal each answer. As the choir sang, the audience applauded. Both things happen in the same stretch of time, and both verbs, sang and applauded, are past. The tenses agree, so this one is compatible. No shift needed. The weather was perfect, so we play all afternoon. Both events belong to the same afternoon, yet was is past and play jumps to present. That's a needless shift. To fix it, we'd say played, and then the sentence holds one tense. Melissa had left by the time Ryan arrived. Here, the two actions did not happen together. Melissa left first, and then Ryan arrived. The past perfect had left marks that earlier action on purpose. This shift is deliberate and correct, so the sentence is compatible. Now I'll give you a sentence with a missing verb and two choices. Pick the one that keeps the tenses compatible. Pause and decide before I reveal the answer. Robert saw me and he blinked back. Waved or waves? Saw is past and the waving happens in that same moment, so we need the matching past form. He waved back. Waved keeps both verbs in the past. Beth blinked by the time William arrived. Had left or left? William's arrival is past, but Beth's leaving came before it. The earlier action needs the past perfect, so had left is right. Beth had left before William ever showed up. While Vicky answered the phone, Robert blanked the door. Opened or opens? The two actions happen at the very same time, and answered is past, so the second verb must be past as well. Robert opened the door. Opened keeps the pair compatible. Let's gather what we learned. First, same time, same tense. When two actions share a moment, keep every verb in the one tense. She opened the door and stepped inside. Second, a real sequence. When one action truly comes first, shift on purpose and put that earlier action in the perfect tense. By the time we arrived, the train had left. And third, across a whole narrative, choose one time frame and hold it to the end, shifting only for a real change in time. Do that and time moves smoothly through everything you write. In our next lesson, Lesson 39, we'll turn to the voice of verbs, active and passive. I'll see you there.